This is day 15 of watching every movie on IMDb's top 250 list, and today was Interstellar. What a movie. Not my first time watching it, but I consider Interstellar to be the best movie I've ever watched. Just based off, well, not just based off the fact, but like I'm into astrology, like I'm into outer space type of things, like planets, black holes, stars, just the multitude of things that's in outer space. I'm into it. And just like the vast amount of just nothingness there is, right? And just, I'm just into the fact that, how the planets, how they move, how Jupiter is so big compared to Earth, how the sun is so big compared to Jupiter or Earth, and how there's things that are billions of times bigger than either the sun or the Earth combined. Like I'm into all of those things. Now back to the movie. Now this Christopher Nolan guy, right? I've heard of him, but never really cared for him, right? But this guy can make movies, bro. I haven't watched, what is it, the new one, Odysseus, Odyssey, whatever that movie. I haven't watched it yet, but this guy can make movies, bro. And he made Inception also. That guy can make movies. How do you come up with such a complicated concept, but it works so well with what a black hole is? Because when Cooper fell in a black hole, he ended up back in his daughter's was it the bookcase, right? That's where he ended up. And he could not cut, there's like an invisible wall that was stopping him. But if you look at all the clues that were happening before, and the fact that the daughter was telling him that there's something that's telling her that he shouldn't go, right? There's something that's telling her that he shouldn't go. And then with what we were seeing towards the end, how from jump it was him that was telling her to tell himself in that past that he should not go. But my question is, like, I'm also into like the whole time traveling thing. Is it possible or is it not possible? My thing is, where does this begin, right? It has to begin somewhere, but since it has to do with time, does it end? Because technically it does end with the fact that he came back and obviously ended up meeting his daughter, and how old she was, like on her deathbed damn near, right? How all of that happened. He was seeing his grandkids, great grandkids, like all of that, right? So technically it did end, but how does that begin? How does, like, how weird time can be, and how like time manipulation can be, how is the rules are so complicated. My thing is, where does it begin? And is it infinite? Is it like an infinite thing where it happens in different timelines? I'm so confused with this whole time thing. But the concept of falling in a black hole, and you ending up back in the past. Yet he ended up back in the past, but unfortunately you can't contact them. But he found a way to do it, but obviously not the way he would want to. He would obviously like to verbally say what he wants to say, but he was leaving out little clues here and there for his daughter, and she was understanding, right? But obviously him being an adult in that past is obviously he was never gonna listen to her, because he's trying to do what he can to technically save her, do what he can to save her, because I think the planet was dying or something like that. And how the fact that when they went through the wormhole and all of the sequence of things happened, they found out that they were the ones that left the wormhole there so they could go to the black hole. Bro, this concept is so trippy. Again, I asked this question. What am I trying to, if they could go back to the past, why didn't they just save the planet? If you have the ability to leave a wormhole in the past, then God knows you can save the earth. You can save the planet. I don't understand. Or is it the same thing as when he fell in a black hole? He couldn't physically contact, so he had to just leave clues here and there So therefore, they also left clues in the past, and the black hole was one of those clues. I don't know, man. But another resonating scene is when Cooper got back on the ship after he was on the planet for that long. How every video he saw, his daughter got older. He started crying, bro. That scene hit me. That hit me. Every time he looked, she got older and older and older. Bro. Apparently it was like a one take thing. He wanted like it was like a one take, and then he was actually crying. Bro, that hit deep. And I don't know. Bro, that's an amazing movie. And I have to go back to the black hole thing again. In a general sense, the concept of a black hole is very interesting, right? From what I know, anything that gets close gets sucked in, right? From the pictures that you can see of a black hole, and the only reason you could see a black hole is because of it has light around it, but it only has light around it because it just ate a star or whatever. But there's also like scientists have also made like predictions like there's microscopic black holes in the galaxy that we're in, also just probably in the area of the Milky Way. Also there's microscopic black holes. There's black holes that we also can't see because they haven't eaten anything yet, so we can't see them because they're literally just darkness, and they're darkness within darkness, right? Space is dark, so they're darkness within darkness. So it's tough to see black holes in general, but the general consensus is that it eats, the gravitational pull around it is so strong that it just eats anything that gets close to it. And the time near a black hole is different from the time outside of a black hole. That's why the planet was so close to a black hole. That's why, what was it, every hour was like 7 years or something like that went by from Earth, or however long was it, 50 something years or whatever, however long the time was. I think it was every hour was 7 years, right? That's why it was so egregious when he got back to the ship and he was just seeing his daughter just grow up and grow up and grow up. That sucks. But I like the ending. Came back, bro. He fell in a black hole, and then he just kept falling up until he went back towards Earth, I think, right? Weird concept. Good concept. Very weird. Very tough to understand if you don't know certain things. I ended up seeing his daughter, grandkids, great grandkids, and just seeing how different the Earth looked and how his own daughter changed the Earth because of his calculations, or at least his calculations gave her like the startup to kind of figure everything out. But yeah, I love the movie. I think it should be higher on the list. I honestly think it should be one. But day 16, see you tomorrow.